Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide. Wherever you are on your journey of spirit, you are welcome, loved, and accepted. This is a way of life where we honor all paths to God. Now is the time that we take a deep collective breath. We quiet our bodies, and we quiet our minds, and we prepare ourselves for service. In this very there's quite enough love for one like me, and in this very room there's quite enough joy for one like me, and there's quite enough peace, quite enough power to walk through my every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very in this very world, there's quite enough love for all of us, and in this very room there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough peace, quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very in this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough peace, quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For spirit, one spirit, is in this very room. Is in this very room. Oh yes, there's quite enough peace, quite enough love, and quite enough power right here in this very room. Give me one moment in time when I'm home, well I know I could be, oh why then In that one moment in time, I will be. Oh yes, we will be. We will be free. Oh, you're a winner for a lifetime. When you live each moment in time, let it shine. Give me one moment in time when I'm all that I know I could be. Oh, why then, in that one moment in time, I will be. Oh yes, we will be. We will be free. Oh, yes, we will be free. Oh, yes, we will be free. Well, once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide online service. As I said in the beginning, wherever you are on your journey of spirit, you are welcome, loved, and accepted. This is a way of life where we honor all paths to God. Our mission is to heal, inspire, empower, and prosper the world through love, prayer, meditation, and by sharing the principles and applications of successful living. Now, I want to let you know that if you're having a birthday, an anniversary, any type of celebration, just know that Interfaith Spiritual Center is sending their blessings to you today for you to have a fabulous one. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We also want to let you know that if you or someone you know is in need of affirmative prayer, please place it in the comment box and know that our ministry of prayer will pray over it for 30 days because affirmative prayer does change things, and we have seen it right here. Also, I want to remind you that starting in September, Dr. Sharon will be back with her Wednesday night live Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection, which you can always see right here on Facebook, StreamYard, YouTube at 7:30 on Wednesday evenings. Now, I know we have many new viewers out there, and they're probably wondering, okay, what is Interfaith Spiritual Center all about? Well, you know what? We're going to read you right now what we're all about and what we believe. And if you'd like to join along with us, please do. What we believe. We believe in God, the one power, presence, source, and substance of all that is, whose will for us is eternal bliss, love, health, prosperity, and good fortune. We believe the power and presence of God is within us, and that we can use that power to accomplish anything through our desires, beliefs, thoughts, words, and actions. We believe there are many paths to God. We embrace and support every person's right to worship as he or she chooses. We believe we are eternal and are given unlimited opportunities to succeed and attain our heartfelt desires and goals through prayer, meditation, and by practicing the principles of successful living. We believe that heaven is first a state of mind that we can attain now and forever. We believe in the law of life that states we get back what we give out. We believe that as our humanness gives way to the divine, the Christ consciousness arises triumphant and victorious. And so it is. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me on that. Well, you know, we are here in the month of August, and our theme for the month has been the 5 mystical laws of life. Well, I'm going to state our affirmation, and then if you would like to, please join me right after. The point of power is always in the present moment, and I live in this awareness always. And so it is. Please join me. The point of power is always in the present moment, and I live in this awareness always. And so it is. Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you for your kind attention. And now at this time, I'm going to bring Dr. Sharon up here, who's going to do a beautiful meditation for you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, and welcome to Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide, where we believe there's a power for good in the universe greater than we are. And guess what? We can use it, and we are using it every single moment of our lives, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. So when we go into meditation this morning, just let go of everything. Just let go of yesterday, the day before that, 5 minutes before you tuned in. And we know the point of power is always in the present moment. And as we open to that now moment, everything expands. So let's take a deep cleansing breath all the way down to the soles of our feet. Breathe in the good, the true, and the beautiful, whatever you conceive that to be for you. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us consciously choose to rejoice and be glad in it. It is a gift from God. And what we make of this thing called life is our gift back to God. So breathing in and breathing out, letting go and letting God do what God does best by means of each and every one of us who heard the call and answered. Before they call, I will answer, and while they're yet speaking, I will hear. Be still and know that I am God. That each and every one of us is a co-creator with this power, this presence, and this energy. And what I know is that all paths that lead to God are good. That right now, somewhere in the world, a Jew is saying her prayers, a Hindu is chanting a mantra, and a Buddhist is kneeling at her sacred shrine. Right now, at this very moment, someone is lighting a candle in a cathedral. Someone is making their hajj toward Mecca, for it is the will of Allah. And yet someone else is lighting a fire in a jungle, repeating an ancient mystical drama. Beauty goes before me, beauty is behind me. Beauty at my feet, beauty at my crown, beauty within me. We each walk the beauty path. And in this oneness that moves beyond color, race, creed, sexual orientation, and political affiliation, we feel this connection. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all good things are added unto you. And it doesn't matter what we call our higher power. God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Buddha, Allah, it matters not. But to acknowledge that which is within us is greater than that which resides in the world of conditions, appearances, and effects. For eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of humanity the things which God hath prepared for them that love. Love being the strongest healing power in the universe. Yes, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things are added unto you. Let us declare and affirm within ourselves, I am in perfect peace. My mind is stayed on thee. My mind is stayed on what is working. My mind is stayed on the energy that allows me to open to the affirmative way of life. Yes, I am in perfect peace. My mind is stayed on thee. Physically, let us align that our body is the temple of the living God, of which and to whom which we do such a good work. We know that our God is bigger than any diagnosis, and that we are aligned with this. Relationally, you are as close to God as I am ever going to get. And I am as close to God as you are ever going to get. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there truly is only one of us. And financially, let us declare on this moment, God is my source. I bless every avenue and channel in which my good flows. However, I know God is my source. I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. This is the truth for us and with us. And I want to add, if there is anyone who is tuned in at this moment that possibly cried themselves to sleep last night, I want you to know that this word is for you and that you are not alone. The love of God surrounds you, the light of God enfolds you, the power of God protects you, and the presence of God watches over you. That wherever you are, God is. You are enfolded in the everlasting arms of God's love. Peace, shalom, peace, shante, peace, salam, peace, paz, peace, pax, peace, 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 peace. And so it is. Amen. And now it's just my really great pleasure. I just love this woman who's going to give us our, it's a spiritual experience this morning. Her name is Josie Ramirez Herndon, and she is the founder, CEO of the Therapeutic Addiction Center, which I have all the respect in the world for her and her doctor husband that founded this so that people can go and not only recover, but have a spiritual experience. Because Josie, many years ago, suddenly was just hit like this bolt of light, and the Archangel Gabriel began channeling his messages through her. So Josie is a channeler, and I want you to know that what I believe is sometimes missing a new thought, and I have been a new thought minister for 46 years consecutively. I didn't take 20 years off to go off and do something else. I have consecutively, 46 years, been a new thought minister. And one of the elements that I feel that is sometimes ignored is the mystical element. And Dr. Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of Science of Mind, when he was asked, what is religious science? The laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, the revelations of religion, that mystical element, and the energy that allows us to realize that, yes, there's a cause and effect relationship in the universe, but there's a loving presence. The laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, the revelations of religion applied to human need and the aspirations of every living soul. So I just love Josie. Come on up, honey. And I was on her show. She has every Thursday, From Drama to Dharma.
Yes.
And it was really interesting. I have never, in 46 years of ministry, ever missed a divine appointment, a show, or anything. And I was at Eisenhower, and I was diagnosed with it was not a melanoma, but it was cancer, and that I would have to have surgery. And so, I just dropped out my show and then realized when I got home at 8:00, I was supposed to be on at 7:30. But this is how the universe works. I love this, is that the last show of the year was December 31st. And so our divine appointment was to really complete the year with the energy of spirit. So that was when I was really supposed to be on, but I was like horrified.
It was all
I
perfect.
had never done anything like that. And yes, it was all perfect, wasn't it?
Yes.
And so I thought, what gift can I give you on this glorious August morning? And I thought, I'm going to give you the gift of Josie Ramirez Herndon, who is going to channel Archangel Gabriel. And she can give you a little bit of that background as well. But I loved on the 4th anniversary of Spirituality Gone Wild that Debbie Garcia hosted, and one of the founders, Josie gave a beautiful, beautiful channeling, and I was just so deeply moved by it. So, and I also want you to know that we have a little gift for you, and this is called the Angel Heart Award, and it's Random Acts of Kindness, a Heart of Compassion. This certificate honors Josie Herndon, And it's for the recognition of random acts of kindness, Interfaith New Thought Spiritual Center. So
thank you.
this is
That's
what
so
it looks like.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you take
I
this
will cherish that.
and I'll put it on your chair.
Thank you so
And
much.
here you go.
Dr.
Take
Sharon.
it away.
Thank you. Oh, it's such an honor for me to be part of this service today. I was raised Christian and Catholic, and so I went to church at least 2 or 3 times a week growing up as a child. And I haven't been as much as of late, especially with the COVID and churches not being open. So being invited to this beautiful church and being connected with Dr. Sharon and the interfaith over this last couple of years has just been amazing to me, because as a Christian raised person, woman, girl, because I was a child, I was never thought of the channeling as anything but not divine, I guess you could say, because it was something, woo-woo. It was something that wasn't even in my thought process until Gabriel, came through and said, we're going to, you're going to be sharing our messages. And I said, okay, because for my whole life, I've been saying yes to God. Since I was a child, I've been saying yes to God. And I've been questioning religious beliefs of hell and damnation. I just didn't have that in my soul and spirit as a belief, although I loved going to church and I loved the rituals. So with Dr. Sharon's church, it gives me all of that, because I can, she's so open to all the paths to God. And I had never heard that growing up, being open to every path to God. It was a box or a box or a box. So I want to thank you, Dr. Sharon, for giving us this platform to where we could actually share our strengths and our gifts. And we all have this ability to channel. Of course, you all know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching the show. You know that God speaks through you. The Spirit speaks through you, whether it's through your music, your painting, your art. So Gabriel says, this is not a gift for Josie. I allow it to come through. I've said yes to the angels. I've said yes to God. And as long as I say yes, they're here giving messages through me. And as a human, I could always say no if I chose, because of, that we have our free will. However, that is not something that I would ever do, I hope. That's one day at a time, living in the right now. That is the number one law, is to live right now. I can say I love channeling the angels, Gabriel, and the other archangels that come through me, the messages that come through Gabriel. We have Michael, Raphael, and Uriel all right here. I asked them to join us today with this message of the mystical illusion. So here we go. The third law is the third mystical law of life. Gabriel says when he was asked to speak, it's all an illusion. There are no laws. Laws are words. And you'll say, Gabriel, what do you mean? We have to have laws. Remember that you are humans, and in this world, in this dimension of beauty that you are in, this human world with gravity, you are in the most powerful place to share and grow and evolve the entire universe. That's the illusion that we want you to see, beloved ones. We want you to know that this is the most powerful place in your soul, life, eternal being, when you choose and agree to come as a human being and accomplish your purpose that you agreed to before you were born into this planet, and to remember who you truly are. And everything you do here on this planet now is affecting the entire universe. So if you choose to open the curtain right now in this discussion of mysticism and see and feel the heavens and all the realms, you will know that. You will remember that your family is the angelic realm. That is, we are your family. And you speak through us. We speak through you, the messages, when you allow us to. All you must do is invite us source, invite us angels, invite us Shantae, invite us God, invite us Christ, invite us Mother Mary, invite all of those who you love to be in your realm and to speak through you, even especially if it is with no words. That we will share the energy of Source and God. with you first, beloved, and then you will share with those around you and share with those around you and share with those around you. And all of it will be uplifted to the universal realms that are here where we are. We want you to remember the power that you have as the human that you are now. The human that you are right now. Everything you do is to honor us, whether you know it or not. No judgment. Everything you do at this moment is to uplift the universe. We are joyous every time you think of us. Every time you invite us in, we are laughing and dancing and we are happy. And all is uplifted. All is uplifted. This planet you're in and our worlds. When you do not remember who you are, it shuts this window that we want you to know and remember so that you do not stay in one place, although that's impossible. But we want you to remember. It is our desire for you to remember who you are at this very moment. And that is the mystical. Yes, you are all mystics. Whether you want to call it mystics, spiritual, again, they are all words, or no words at all. To just sit and hold the beautiful energy of the divine, of he who has no name and he who has every name. That is the mystery, yes. There are no words. It is all beautiful light and energy until you see the face of God. Oh, so beautiful. Yes. That is our mystical message for you. We love you dearly. We are complete.
And so it is.
And so it is. Yes, thank you so much. And now we have Reverend Prince Fleet Eastman. I'm sorry. I do not want to forget the Reverend. I know him as Fleet, and I knew there was something I was missing. Thank you so much. And he's going to sing beautiful music and keep us in this elevated state. Thank you.
Well, you know, Dr. Sharon celebrates her birthday for a month or two, and she
all the month of Leo.
all the month of Leo, but
Exactly.
is this still Leo? Oh, this is still Leo.
Okay.
And she asked me to sing this song for her. I remember singing this song for her on her 65th birthday. I think I sang this song. So we're going to sing this again. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Pop and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sails. Jackie kept a lookout perch on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would whoever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Look who's here. Puff, the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. The dragon lives forever, and not so little boy. Painted wings and giant rings make way for other toys. One great night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. And Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff, thank you so much for joining us.
Here we are. Isn't this precious?
Yes, and now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a beautiful lesson from Dr. Sharon Stroud.
Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you. That was actually a gift to my grandson, but he's 12 now and he's way too cool for Puff. And I wanted Fleet to sing the song because today we're talking about all is an illusion, and that the energy of the mystical, the magical, and the miraculous. And every time I travel and I get on a plane, I make this declaration: the mystical, the magical, and the miraculous go before me and prepare the way with ease and grace. And we think, how can everything be illusion? Look, this podium is solid, this computer is solid, this energy that, we're feeling, it feels solid. But there's a wonderful Buddhist legend about all is an illusion. And that when we live totally in the now moment, that there is no past and there is no present. Remember, the first mystical law was what? Live in the now. That the point of power is always in the now moment. The second mystical law, and I loved Josie's channeling about, the truth is there really are no laws and there really are no words. In fact, what are the words? That we give the words life so that they can live in the soul and the energy of the field, right? And Rumi said it so beautifully. He said, beyond thoughts of right doing or wrongdoing, there's a field. I'll meet you there. I will meet you there. And so on this morning, where we look at this third mystical law, and last week was on forgiveness. The second mystical law was forgiveness. And that really nothing can really be manifested in our lives until we forgive what? First ourselves, and whatever we are holding on to or whatever we perceive the hurt to be. And believe me, in the 46 years of my ministry, I have heard it all. And then the suffering and the pain that these beautiful souls have gone through. And I believe that we go through these so it deepens the energy of our heart. The heart is the doorway to the soul. And as we deepen the quality of our life, then we are there with compassion for one another. We're there with a sense of understanding. And what is our pain, Gibran states, but the breaking of the shell that encloses our understanding. So when we look at all is illusion and that whole Buddhist energy of not looking outside ourselves in a way that we're going to judge and criticize and make things so real for us and carry them with us. When we let go and let God do what God does best by means of us, that means the letting go of everything that no longer serves us. And believe me, it's a lot easier said than done. So much easier said than done. And I love the story of Professor Ravel. And he wrote a book. In fact, he's the founder of Spiritism. And he wrote the book Spiritism, and he was from Paris, France. And he went, he was a scientist. He was very empirical. He heard about these table tippers. And he thought, if I have a table, I want wine and cheese to be on it. Right? Just give me some wine and cheese for my table. Now, Adele Tinning in San Diego, and I was in San Diego for 30 years. I had 3,000 people attending my services every week. We had like just this huge mega church. And our message was out there. I had television and radio and all of, the things. We didn't have computers then, but we had TV and we had radio, ways to communicate. And I heard about Adele Tinning, and she wrote a book about her table tipping experience. And Shirley MacLaine used to go, and they were good friends, and she'd spend a few days with Adele. And so I was skeptical because in religious science, the laws of science, there is a very empirical force field in religious science. The laws of science, the opinions of philosophy, okay, that opens us up a bit, doesn't it? And the revelations of religion really opens us up. The revelations of religion. And I was Catholic as well, Josie. I converted because everywhere we moved, I went to that particular church. And so I, converted to Catholicism when I was 13 years old. And I love studying the mystics. And I love studying the saints. And I loved, Saint Teresa. I said, let nothing disturb thee. Let nothing affright thee. All things are changing. God only is changeless. And that these saints saw visions of Mary. They saw visions of disciples. They saw visions and the energy of Christ coming to them, the Christ. And remember, it was Jesus of Nazareth. And when his humanness gave way to the divine, the Christ consciousness arose triumphant and victorious. So when our humanness gives way to the divine, the Christ consciousness is made manifest. The Buddha nature is made manifest. The holy I am presence is made manifest. I am hath sent me. And be very aware that whatever you put after I am becomes your reality. It's about conscious languaging, that which we utter in the throat chakra. Remember, a chakra is a wheel of spinning energy. It's an ancient Sanskrit word, a wheel of spinning energy in a clockwise fashion. We have 7 major chakras within this body temple. And the power center is the throat center. It's this chakra. That which we utter becomes the outer. Decree a thing, and it is established unto us. So we look at that all is an illusion, and this as a third mystical law, it's that we don't put the value in the outer. And that when we think this outer is reality, and we say, well, in the real world, that ain't the real world outside of us. That's the relative world. It changes moment to moment to moment. The real world is within us. Be still and know that I am God. That we are all co-creators with this energetic universal presence that is the center of everything and the circumference of nothing. Walt Whitman said, in the faces of men and women, I see God. In the faces of men and women, I see God. That is the energy that is there for us to connect to. So Professor Ravel, who was very empirical, he was a scientist, and give me a table and I want wine and cheese on it. What is all this tipping of tables? So he was convinced to go to a seance, and the medium was highly spiritual. And they had a little basket, and they put a pencil through the basket. And what happened was they would write a message to certain people around the table, and he received a message, and that in a former life he was a great Druid priest named Allan Kardec. And then the medium shared a conversation he had with his wife regarding the stars and looking up at the twin stars, and that they would always be together. It was an intimate, loving conversation. He married his soulmate, and her name was Amélie Gabrielle. And they were so deeply, deeply close, discussing the stars, and the medium brought that up. And all of the things that, they held sacred. So he was like blown away. How could this happen? I'm a scientist. I believe in reason. So the spiritualists went to him and said, we would like you to be a part of us and to be open your mind. This is what you talk about. And so he went to other meetings and he said, we need to put it out there. Who is God all around the world? And if it comes back with the same answer, I will begin to join your movement and realize that there is more than the eye sees, that there is an invisible world communicating with us. For eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither hath it entered into the heart of humanity the things which God hath prepared for them that love. And he discovered that love was his ground of being. And so they put it out there to many, many mediums around the world. And the answer was, God is intelligence. God is love. God is everywhere present. They were all the same answers. And he had the realization, the revelation, that there is more than the eye can see. That there is the spirit world. I loved in the City of Angels, there's Nicolas Cage and there's Danny DeVito. They're angels. Now, Danny falls in love with a human being, so he falls from heaven into the human experience because he's in love. And so he finds himself in the hospital. Now, Nicolas Cage is in the room, but you really can't see him. He's an angel. So Danny, who is the fallen angel, says, I can't see you, but I know you're here. I love it. And there are times in my own energy field, and I look out at my, affectionately, the San Jacinto Mountains, which I call my Himalayas, and I feel such a power and such a presence in this energy field. And I feel like I'm really the only one here. And there are snowbirds, on each side, but I'm on a corner and I really cannot see anyone. And I feel this power, this presence. I have the animals that come, and I put out all the bird seed, and all the species come, let us dine together. Come, let us reason together. And so as we look at all as an illusion, what that means is, don't give your power away to the stuff outside of yourself. And I was sharing with someone recently, and I don't believe in constructive criticism. I think it's a downer, it's a lower vibratory frequency. The minute someone says, oh, I have constructive criticism, do you open yourself to it and say, oh, wonderful? No, we shut down. Our heart closes. But if you love people and you have a positive suggestion, and I have a positive suggestion for you that perhaps, making this little shift or that little shift, I can receive that. We can receive positive suggestions shared in love. Shared in love. And we receive it, and we open and we grow to the next level. Because if we are defensive, and believe me, we all go through that. I'm going to be doing this very esteemed, it's like a TED Talk, only it's called Sue Talks. And in 2015, two women got together and said, we want a soul-centered approach to putting out our talks rather than a mental approach to putting out talks. And they founded Sue Talks. And I did a rehearsal, and I've got like my podium, and I've got I'm dressing to what I'm going to wear the night of the talk, and I'm putting it out there. And I'm used to speaking to 25,000 students and faculty at Madonna University or at Cambridge, where there's a whole auditorium filled. I'm giving it, all this energy. And the one person said that she felt that she was kind of, I was a little too strong and kind of being, she brought up the fact that she called me a pastor. I am not a pastor and you are not sheep. And I know that Jesus said, I know my sheep and my sheep are known of me. And that was his analogy. That I feel that I am a spiritual leader and a minister, that I minister to you. At times you'll minister to me. We're all ministers. So she pulled the card out of pastor and sermon, that she felt maybe she was being sermonized to. And I absorbed it, and I actually taped it and showed it to some of my team, which they felt that she pulled that card and that it was really in bad taste. And when people love you, isn't it great? It's just wonderful. That was brilliant. And but as I listened, I realized they wanted more of a conversational energy than, I'm getting up there, I'm speaking to the multitudes, right? So I did take in what I felt was appropriate. I did take exception. We can take exception to things rather than being offended. If we're offended, we lower our own energy and our energy drains out of us. But if we take exception to something, and remember, I have been teaching conscious languaging for 46 years. And if we take exception to something, then we can shift it to the next higher vibratory frequency. If we are offended, our energy goes down, and it's about our own self-esteem. When I feel good about myself, I'm not offended, but I can take exception to something. And I loved the statement of, if you are ever late and you walk in, don't apologize for being late. Just say, thank you for waiting for me. And when you thank everyone for waiting for you, it lifts the energy, right? It lifts the energy. So we obviously don't want to be late. However, there are stuff that does happen at times. Thank you for waiting for me. And someone at an event, I was nominated for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I got this beautiful award. And it was recently, and someone sat on my seat as I was up getting my award. And when I came off the platform, I just said, oh, thank you for warming my seat up for me. I really appreciate it. And she said, oh, that's such a nice way to say, get out of my seat. And I said, well, I don't want to, offend you either. And you didn't know that I was sitting there, obviously. So there are ways that we can communicate that lift the energy field. And when we look at all as an illusion, and that we want to approach one another with love and compassion and a certain understanding and respect and dignity, that we are all one. This is our grounded being. So the first mystical law of life was to live in the now moment. And that when you live in the now moment, everything flows from that. Remember, my name is I am, not I was. When you live in the past, I am not there. When you live in the moment, I am there. My name is not I will be. When you live in the future, I am not there. My name is not I will be. However, when you live in the moment, I am there. My name is I am. And then to move into forgiveness. How often do we forgive? When the disciple asked Jesus, what was it? You forgive them 7 times 70. And when he was hanging on the cross, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And he could transcend in purity and a sense of energy. Into thy hands I commend my spirit. I commend my life. Because destroy this house, and in 3 days, I will build it up again. Energy is neither destroyed nor created. It merely changes form. And when it changes form, I can't see you, but I know you're here. I know you're here. So on this day where we look at all as an illusion, it was under the sun and its radiant beam when life unfolded an amazing dream. For in our hearts and our minds and the energy of life, we release the strife. We come together as one. And as we come together as one, we embrace in this knowingness that if I am in this place in me and you are in this place in you, there is only one of us. So we're all going to go somewhere. We're all on a journey and we're all on a path. And where are we going? Higher yet. Where are we going? Higher yet. Where are we going? Higher yet. For we are in a high place and we will not come down. And if Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea, you know what? That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. And I've just returned from 5 days in Laguna Beach, and I feel renewed, and I felt rejoicing in the energy of renewal, regeneration, and recreation. As we go higher yet, as we acknowledge our oneness, as we say to one another, shalom, the peace that passes all understanding. And God bless us, every single one. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So our wonderful Fleet, Reverend Prince Fleet Easton, who just returned from this great gig in Las Vegas. Go on Facebook. I mean, he's on the tables. He's hanging from the balconies. He's doing all this amazing, amazing artistry along with his singing. He's just amazing. And we love him dearly. So take it away, Fleet.
Bows and flows of angel hair, and ice cream castles in the air, feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, the clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. But you know, I do know clouds after all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel, as if every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, but if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. Oh, I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really do know love after all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. But now, old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. For I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really do know life after all. I really do know life after Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sharon will take our offering.
Well, I want you to know, because of you, our doors are still open. And just think, we operate totally on donations, and we have not received a physical donation since March of 2020, because you have taken responsibility to share from our PayPal account, from our credit card facility where you call in, or to mail in our PO box. Our doors are open. And I want to bless our Interfaith Angel as well. We love you. We're so grateful. Our heart overflows with gratitude. And if you take your gift in your hand today and just repeat after me, I give this gift with love and joy.
I give this gift with love and joy.
I give this gift as a sacred expression of who I am.
I give this gift as a sacred expression of who I am.
In giving to God, I give to myself.
In giving to God, I give to myself.
I give thanks for the abundance that is mine.
I give thanks for the abundance that is mine.
And so it is. Amen.
I am
so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And we always bless the offering. We get our hands together like this. And what we are doing is activating all 5 key areas of the universe, beginning with earth, air, fire, water, and ether, and saying, thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this blessed offering. We receive this gift pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every area of our life. For we know the same opening we give through is the same opening we receive through. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for the abundance that is ours. And so it is.
So it is.
And you know that my birthday was July 29th. And the whole theme of my birthday party at 849 Restaurant, and all 25 of you that showed up, we'd made it an event on Facebook. And 25 of you showed up, and including all of my friends from Menifee and Temecula and San Diego and Los Angeles. I mean, just such a great and wonderful day. And I had shared that we Leo celebrate the whole month of Leo, the time of Leo, which I believe ends on August 21st. And so we did, on our Interfaith, we did a fundraiser for my birthday. And I wanted to raise $770 for 77, heaven and 77, right? And $833 came in. So I wanted to thank each and every one of you who donated to Interfaith for my birthday, to honor my birthday. I bless you and I love you. And I'm so deeply, deeply grateful. So I did want to put that out. And now, Josie, come on up. You're going to sing with Fleet, Shower the People. This is our anthem. Shower the People with Love. We just love that song. And Fleet does such a fabulous job. And it's just the greatest song, isn't it? I just love that. Shower the People. So you and Fleet are going to take it away.
Okay. Okay.
You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me how you gonna stand there with a broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool. You know one thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, do it twice. Here we go. And just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. What we mean to say is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Now, Minnie's gonna tell you this, and she says, you know you can run, but you can't hide. This is widely known. You want to take it? And what you plan to do with your
foolish pride. I can't sing.
when you're all by yourself, all alone.
Please take
Just
it back.
once you tell somebody the way you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. Have Gabriel come in and do it.
Okay.
Yes, it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. So you better shower the people you love with love. Here we go. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. What we mean to say is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Now we just hum. Now real softly. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Make it rain, rain love. Thank you. Make it rain, rain Gabriel love. Yes. Gabriel's raining on us today. Well, once again, thank you so much. Stay here with us, girl.
Okay.
Come here.
Another
Where
song.
do you think you're
No,
going?
okay.
No. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us
Thank
today
you.
right here at Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide online service. As I say in the beginning of the service, wherever you are on your journey of spirit, you are welcome, loved, and accepted. This is a way of life where we honor all paths to God. We know that you weren't here by accident. We know that, and we're back again. And we know that you weren't here by accident today. That's what happens when you have all this energy going on. I got it now.
Okay.
That's what happens when you get all this energy going on right up here in one place.
Right. We didn't move at all.
We
It
didn't.
just happened.
Well, it was our energy was just going out there. So thank you everyone for joining us today. You have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed week. And wait, Josie, we're going to give everybody has to always get a big kiss from us. Are you ready? Here we go. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless. Go out and have a fabulous day.
Yes.
Take care
Blessings and have fun.
and namaste.